Principle of two forms. In the beginning, before the rivers carved their paths, and before the stars were numbered, Spirit moved upon the deep silence of the void. And Spirit spoke light into darkness, and order into chaos, and the heavens unfolded like a great canopy above the waters. The mountains rose at the command of Spirit, and the seas bowed to their boundaries. Trees stretched forth their branches, and every seed-bearing thing awakened according to its kind. The creatures of the waters swam in multitudes, and the birds rode upon the winds of heaven. Beasts walked upon the earth, each according to its nature, and all living things were filled with the breath appointed unto them. And Spirit looked upon creation, and beheld a mystery woven into all things from the beginning. For nothing stood alone, and no life moved without its counterpart. The day was joined unto the night, the sun unto the moon, the sea unto the shore, the root unto the branch. Strength was joined with gentleness, motion with stillness, fire with water, and silence with song. Thus the principle of two natures was established in the foundations of creation. And Spirit said, By two forms shall life flourish, and through harmony shall creation endure. Therefore all living things were made in two forms, each distinct and yet belonging unto the other. One carried the seed outward, and one nurtured life within. One moved forth with force, and one gathered with wisdom. Yet neither was greater nor lesser before Spirit, for each fulfilled what the other could not accomplish alone. And Spirit said, Balance is the law of life, and unity is born from difference. Then Spirit prepared the making of humanity, the final stewardship of the earth. Then Spirit spoke to the ground. Let the earth bring forth 7 couples, male and female, united in love and purpose. And the earth trembled gently beneath the tree of life. From the soil emerged the first couple, first the woman followed by the man, until all 7 couples stood beneath the tree of life. Spirit looked at them with wonder and breathed into them vitality, awareness, purpose, virtue, and vice, and they became living souls. The men arose in strength and outward striving, while the women arose in wisdom and inward knowing. Yet Spirit placed within them courage and tenderness, reason and wonder, power and compassion. For the two forms were not divided in soul, but reflected different faces of the same sacred flame. And Spirit said unto them, Neither of you is complete alone, nor shall one exalt itself above the other. For as the right hand and the left hand serve one body, so shall the two forms serve life together. If one seeks dominion over the other, balance shall be broken, and sorrow shall enter the world. But if they walk beside one another in honor, creation itself shall rejoice. Then Spirit led the couples into the living earth and showed them the rivers, forests, beasts, and stars. And Spirit said, You are not masters above creation, but children within it. Tend the soil, and it shall feed you. Protect the waters, and they shall sustain you. Honor life, and life shall flourish around you. And Spirit warned, The earth does not belong to any one of you, but to all of you. The resources of the earth do not belong to any one of you, but to all of you. The resources of the earth must be shared with all people irrespective of who tilled the ground or sowed the seed. Next, Spirit taught humanity the mysteries of union. 2 voices together make harmony. 2 minds together bring wisdom. 2 hearts together strengthen life. Therefore companionship is blessed, and family was established upon the earth. And Spirit declared, Let no soul despise its own nature, nor mock the nature of another. For diversity is the artistry of creation, and harmony is its purpose. The mountains stood in witness to these words, and the rivers carried them into distant lands. The stars preserved them in their silent courses across the heavens. And Spirit said, As creation is woven from countless threads, so too shall humanity become whole through unity. Therefore let every generation remember, difference was not made for division, but for completion. The two forms became alive from one breath, sustained by one Spirit, and destined toward one harmony. Blessed are those who honor the balance of creation, for they shall walk in peace with earth and heaven. Blessed are those who see sacredness in one another, for they shall know the face of Spirit. And thus was the making of humanity established from the beginning. And Spirit beheld all that had been made, and it was whole. Thus Spirit made humanity in two forms, as all living things had been made in two forms. For the principle of two natures was the great principle woven throughout all of creation from the beginning. And Spirit called the two forms I and Aten. I is the feminine principle, and Aten is the masculine principle. And the man was given strength of body and a reaching nature, made to go out and explore and provide, with a heart made for protection and a mind made for discovery. And the woman was given an intuitive nature and the extraordinary power of bringing forth new life from within herself, made with a heart whose capacity for nurture and love was a reflection of Spirit's own heart, the very source of creation. And man and woman were not the same, for they were not meant to be the same. They were made as complementary halves of a greater whole, each carrying what the other did not, each finding in the other what was needed, each reflecting back to the other a different face of Spirit. The man looked upon the woman and recognized her as his companion, and the woman also recognized the man as her companion. And this knowing was placed in them by Spirit so that they would find one another. And they were given to one another freely, not by compulsion but by love, not by force but by choice. For Spirit, who had made all things by free love and free desire, made humanity also capable of free love and free desire. And this freedom was a gift and a responsibility in equal measure. And when man and woman came together in love and in union, they mirrored the first act of creation, including the reaching of Spirit across the void toward life, the giving and the receiving, and the two becoming one. And from their union, new life could come forth, and the human family could grow and continue through all the ages. And they were placed in the living world as its tenders and its stewards. Not its owners, for the earth belongs to Spirit and Spirit alone, but its caretakers, charged with the keeping of the earth, the protection of the creatures, and the honoring of the life that fills all things.